I don't need to tell you this, but apparently the Congress needed reminding of it. Democracy is a two-way street. The public must be allowed freedoms, and the state must be free to represent the people judiciously. The Congress, which might have forgotten this shibboleth, was harshly reminded of this fact from the Karnataka High Court today. A single judge bench struck down its order that mandated that any grouping of 10 or more individuals who were seeking to gather anywhere in the state of Karnataka would have to seek prior permission. This is exactly what the Siddaramaiah government had decided to do by passing this order: restrict, viewers, the freedom of the public. The diktat, which is of course draconian, was primarily aimed at ensuring that RSS chakas couldn't assemble, protest, or even convene over an issue of public importance. It reeked of the kind of arbitrary authoritarianism that the Congress exemplified at the height of the emergency in the mid-1970s. This is what the Karnataka High Court said. The government has ordered that permission should be obtained for gathering of more than 10 people. This is a restriction on the fundamental right provided for in the Constitution. Even if a party is held in a park, it's an illegal gathering as per the government order. The High Court was clearly dismayed, viewers, and it went on to say the government cannot issue such an administrative order. Did the government want to achieve something else? Unquote. So viewers, that question has been left, of course, for us to ponder. But there is a certain timeline in which the actions were taken, which point to some sort of a political viewers' endgame here. It all began around October 18th, when the RSS sought permission for a route march in Chittapur. Local administration denied the permission, saying that it will create a law and order situation. That same evening, Karnataka Minister Priyanka Kharge supported the rejection of the permission, citing political motivations. The next day, RSS filed a writ petition in the Karnataka High Court challenging the denial. And of course, viewers, on October 19, the High Court holds special sitting and grants permission for the November 2nd march. The court criticizes the state government's procedural flaws in handling a denial. BJP accuses Priyank Kharge, a senior minister and of course the Congress president's son, and the Congress of targeting RSS politically. October 19th, Priyank Kharge says new rules apply to all groups. So viewers, they expanded the ambit. So it was no longer just about the RSS. Yes, it started with the RSS, but to justify it, so that they wouldn't be accused of singling out the RSS, they said, no. Any groups above 10, if they have to assemble, they must take permission. Viewers, it's ironic that the Congress that claims to be the sole custodian of India's constitution now stands accused of undermining its very fundamentals. You know, Rahul Gandhi walks around with a copy of that constitution in his hand. Today, viewers, the Congress is being told by the courts to respect the fundamentals of that little red book. Across states, the Congress's own governments appear to be testing, even trespassing, the constitutional red lines drawn by the Supreme Court, as the hard facts demonstrate. In Karnataka, the Siddaramaiah government, and I'm going to pull out those hard facts and put them on the screen so you can see them, viewers. In Karnataka, the Siddaramaiah government pushed for a caste census and quota expansion. And also, it proposed to set up a fact-check unit to combat fake news against state policies. Viewers, the proposed law mirrored a similar model introduced by NDA under IT rules that the Congress itself criticized. So, when the government at the center decided to bring this fact-check unit, the Congress said this is murder of free speech, democracy, this, that, the other. But it's all state, viewers. It creates a legal provision to do so. Then viewers, as you know, in Telangana, in March 2025, you have a situation where the Chief Minister goes a step further, proposing amendments to the media and social media laws that would, quote, define, unquote, who qualifies as a journalist. So it became completely up to the government to decide if you're a journalist or if you're not a journalist. Critics say it's an attempt to bring press under government certification, a move straight out of the authoritarian playbook. Then viewers, not just this, the Telangana Chief Minister decided that he's going to amend the Panchayat Raj Act to exceed reservation limits expressly capped by the Supreme Court. So he said, I want to increase the reservations in Panchayati Raj bodies, more than 50%. And then viewers, the same Chief Minister in Telangana, Congress Chief Minister, proposed amendment to media press laws and social media regulation, as I said, to define who was a journalist. And viewers, all of this was done to try and censure free speech. He warns in March 2025 in the State Assembly that there would be no tolerance for trolls, who, if they hide behind anonymity, will be thrashed. So viewers, it's going to that extent. And this is very, very worrisome, viewers. Very, very worrisome, because it shows you that the Congress is not above to push its political interest, muzzling the various rights that they claim are sacrosanct under the Constitution. So tonight we ask, what label defines a government that seeks to curb rights expressly protected by the Constitution? What do you call these kind of governments? Are these isolated state-level missteps or part of a deeper instinct to pay lip service to constitutionalism while quietly eroding it from within? Let's ask some fundamental questions, viewers, on a fundamental issue. And I want to begin first with Akashdeep Muni. And I want to bring in, of course, Abhijit Iyer Mitra right there and then. So, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, I know that you are somebody who has suffered in an opposition-ruled state in the past. I'm not getting into all the facts, but fundamentally, what does this tell you about where the Congress party is momentarily at this moment in time?
Thank you, Rahul. You see, the Congress party is stuck in a psychological construct called projection. Let me just read out, if you will indulge me for about 30 seconds.
Yes.
In psychology, projection is a defense mechanism where a person unconsciously or consciously attributes their own unacceptable thoughts, feelings, or impulses to somebody else. Now, there are three kinds of projection. Unconscious transfer, where you don't know. The second is discomfort. When you feel uncomfortable where something is being said about you, you immediately start hurling it at somebody else. Or the third is externalizing internal conflict, where they say something but they want to do something else and therefore they keep hurling it at somebody else. This is the party of the emergency that has the gall to go around claiming second emergency. We are all seeing exactly how journalists get treated in under the Karnataka government and the Telangana government. And we are still pretending that it is different. They say, well, you know, Indira Gandhi apologized for the emergency. This is not the Congress of that time. Do you remember under the UPA, hundreds of journalists were put on a Twitter blacklist and things like that? Yeah. Several of your colleagues included, former colleagues were on that list. And they had to be spied upon and everything had to be, their Twitter accounts were suppressed. They were in Twitter jail. Kanchan Gupta, the current media advisor to the PM, was one of them. This is what they do. Have we forgotten this is the Congress party that when the Kudam protests happened, 9,000-10,000 sedition cases were thrown on them? See, the DNA has not changed. An apology means nothing. You can apologize and do it all over again. मुंह से apology निकला है, करतूत से apology नहीं हुआ है. This is the party of the emergency. This is the party of 75 to 77. Make no mistake about it. And because they don't want to be called that, they hurl it at everybody else. So, for example, the way projection works is, I know I will be accused of being a takla or a bald. So I will accuse everybody here, including my friend Abbas, who has a very lustrous bush of hair on his head, of being a baldy.
Well, there you go.
Are you jealous, Abhijit Ayin Matra?
See, let me
Don't
also
be
tell
jealous.
you. Okay,
Very
one second, Mr. Abbas, 1 second. Let me also tell you, viewers, the media is also complicit in this way that it projects the RSS. Let me also tell you, viewers. Look at our own channel, viewers. Look at the pictures we are putting up of a bunch of people aligned in a military formation. This is exactly that Stockholm syndrome, viewers, that guides people. Because people want to reduce the RSS to this caricature without realizing what they're doing. So it becomes very easy for anyone to say, oh, this is a militant organization. Just because they stress a little bit on physical exercise and they believe that a healthy body leads to a healthy mind. But this is what is misused against it. And viewers, any channel you go to, including this one, is unfortunately prey to this sort of caricaturing.
Can I make a very quick point?
Of course.
Because they keep saying wearing shorts
Yeah.
and boots and marching is Nazi.
Yeah.
Please tell me what Netaji was doing in the Andamans.
Yeah,
he was
exactly.
making them wear shorts, boots, and marching.
Yes.
Yes. So he was also a Nazi.
No, that's what I'm saying. You see, this is a deliberate articulation of a particular manner in which you want to show somebody so that you can then justify the bans on that organization. That, oh, they must be. And this is what is being fed to a younger generation, viewers. Because there are people in the media who don't quite understand what they're doing. They've fallen for it. But nonetheless, I don't want to talk about Stockholm syndrome and, the prisoner's dilemma. Let's open this up because I have a fundamental question to ask of Mr. Akashdeep Muni. Mr. Muni, you saw the hard facts and I can put them out again. How the Congress in Karnataka proposed this law to set up a fact-check unit to combat fake news against state policies. The very same law, it's a mirror image of the same law that they had a problem with at the center, if you remember. And at the center wanted to, under the IT rules, Rule 31B5, it wanted to make that tweak. There are other examples also. I'm sure you don't disagree with any of these examples, do you, sir? That these were things that were contemplated. Yes, no? Just answer me this because then I'll frame the question.
See,
No, yes or no? Are these facts right or wrong?
the information is right.
Then just stop there. Now 1 second. Forget about
Information
one
can be
second. 1 second. So now let me ask you the question. If the information is right and these are steps that reek of a certain deterministic authoritarianism, then let me ask you, and it's a very simple question. What label defines a government, whether it's at the center or the state level, that places restrictions on the fundamental rights provided for in the Constitution, sir? What do you call that sort of government?
I'll tell you. Let's not make it complicated. Let's make it simple. The 2025 directive is not enforcing it's just enforcing the orders of the earlier BJP regime. The Jagdish Shettar, when he was a chief minister, BJP chief minister from 2012-13, he implemented the same, and the same thing was a circular was made. And let's not make it infringing
Can
on
I ask you, Mr. Akashdeep Muni, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I thought the Congress was a libertarian party.
No, where was the name RSS taken?
So, one second. I thought, just 1 minute. Sir, this is why I'm saying you're going to use this thing. So I'm going to read out once again what the judgment said. The order says, did the government want to achieve something else? So this single judge bench has seen through the ploy. They realized that, you see, this was a clever way of actually proscribing the RSS, but issuing a directive which applied to everybody who wanted to assemble. Now, forget the RSS. Just forget them. I agree with you. Where does it say that it's about the RSS? No, 1 second. Where does it say it's about the RSS? You're absolutely right. It says nowhere. So let me then ask you, Akashdeep Muni, should anybody in a free democracy be expected to take a permission from the government if a group of more than 10 wants to assemble anywhere.
It happened.
Arey bhai, I'm asking you, yes or no?
Judgments. There are a number of Supreme Court judgments
Sir,
where
can I ask you a
Honorable
question?
Supreme Court has said.
Can I
yes,
ask you a
yes,
question?
Yes, they have to take permission many a times.
So many a times, anyone more than 10 viewers, viewers, let me tell you, why therefore, then if that is the case, the High Court has struck it down. And it has said, and I quote, viewers, what do you mean no? It says so. The government has ordered that permission should be obtained for gathering of more than 10 people. This is a restriction on the fundamental right provided for in the Constitution.
No.
What do you mean no? This is a judgment.
You are mistaken. You have misled the viewers.
Okay.
On many counts, just give me 10 seconds.
Sir, I am quoting the court.
10 seconds. I'll be also quoting the Honorable Court. मैं भी quote करूंगा आप and I'm in a public sphere. The Honorable Court never said that ban on RSS or something is included in the judgment.
Am I saying this?
The Honorable
I'm not
Court
saying this. You are
said,
dreaming this.
No. Now you are saying that there is infringement on the rights of people. Let me quote the Honorable Court. The entire issue, the court has said, and I'm quoting, this entire issue is already covered under Karnataka Police Act. The police has discretion against Section 31 of the Act to regulate public conduct. So, as the law is previously there is no need for a new one.
Okay. Viewers, now you tell me. Now you tell me, one second. Now you tell me, viewers, where exactly is this said? Why did the RSS go up in appeal? Is it not true that this particular order has been passed on that petition? And what does the court say, viewers? The government has ordered that permission should be obtained for gathering of more than 10 people. This is a restriction on the fundamental right provided for in the Constitution. If there was already something like this in the Police Act and that kicks in, 1 minute, that kicks in, viewers, please, sir, have some sense.
Not a final judgment.
Have some sense, sir. Please have some sense. Please, Mr. Muni, you're a professor, have some sense. Viewers, the Police Act only comes into play when there is a disturbance, not generally. When there is a curfew imposed in a particular area, that's when the provisions of the Police Act come into.
No, you are wrong, Mr. Shah.
Why
is that wrong? Let me bring in.
Section 31 of the Police Act.
One second, sir, 1 second. The fact of the matter is, viewers, that the court has stood in judgment.
It's an interim order, it's not a judgment.
Doesn't matter, sir.
You are wrong.
It stayed. That's the issue.
And they are going up. Judgment
Sir, every order is an interim order, sir, at the High Court level. Obviously. Oh my God. Where are these people living? The Chief Minister himself. Okay, stop shouting. Mr. Muni, I don't want to get into a shouting match with you. It's not my style. Stop heckling me. I'm just making a very small point, viewers. The Chief Minister of the state has come out and said they're going to be appealing to a larger bench. What was the need, viewers, to do that if this was an interim order and the matter is still being heard? I mean, come on. Are you trying to make a moron out of everybody?
About this.
Please, sir, have I said this? The Chief Minister of the state is saying that he's going to go up in appeal. Please deal with him, ask him, tell him. Don't tell me. I'm quoting him. So I want to bring in Mr. Abbas and Bhaskar Rao. Mr. Abbas, I want to ask you a question.
Yes, please.
The High Court has stepped in. The High Court has scrapped this issue. It has put a stay on this issue. It has put a stay on this order, saying that you are violating this restriction on the fundamental right provided for in the Constitution, even if a party is held in a park. It is an illegal gathering as per the government order. The government cannot issue such an administrative order. It's very simple, viewers. The government cannot. It's been said there by the courts. Now I want to ask you, sir. Is this a penchant for paying lip service to constitutionalism? Doesn't the constitutional Article 19 of the Constitution?
Freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom to lawfully assemble. Yes.
Right.
Now, I'd like to answer you, my dear Mr. RSS. Of course, those are your initials and you wear it as a badge of honor. Coming to your question.
Actually, it's my initials. Are you trying to say that are you trying to abuse me? Are you trying to say that my surname is not my surname? Mr. Abbas, you are a pervert. You are a pervert. You are a sicko. And these kind of words don't come No, hang on. Don't come
get so
naturally to
rattled.
people. No. This. What are you trying to
get
say?
so shaken
Are you
up.
not? Are you not Mr. Abbas? Will you not
I
wear
am
your
Mr.
surname?
Abbas.
Excuse me. Or your
get so
no. Hang on. One
rattled.
second.
Ram
No.
Shankar,
One second. Your initials
you
are
are a
SAA.
pervert, you are a sicko.
SAA. I want to
Don't get
ask you.
so-
No. One
I'm
second.
okay with
Lower his
SAA.
fader, viewers. I'm not listening to this crap. From a man who thinks he can sit here and abuse someone's surname. Can you believe it, viewers? These are the kind of people that the Congress has to represent them on national television. This is the party. Shoot the messenger. That's what they believe in. This is their mentality. Anyhow, let me bring in Bhaskar Rao. I mean, can you imagine, viewers, we are having to deal with these sort of people? Anyhow, Mr. Bhaskar Rao, I want to ask you, the charge is you're making a mountain out of a molehill. That this particular order exists on the books.
See, you must see the sequence of developments. Nobody was bothered about doing all these things till the RSS wanted to celebrate its 100th year by having number of processions, peaceful processions, which they have been having for the last 100 years. And Mr. Priyank Kharge of Chitapur got very alarmed because a lot of students participated, and it was a very peaceful procession which was held in 100 different places. 100 gatherings took place. And he wrote a very strong letter saying that RSS must be banned, etc., to the Honorable Chief Minister over there. And what did the Chief Minister write on that? For immediate necessary action. Without even the matter going to the cabinet, without even the law secretary being consulted. In great hurry, they passed an order, and we knew that from the beginning itself, the intention behind passing the order was only to curb the RSS, not any other activity. And they had made a lot of insinuations. And
That's
RSS
an inference. That's an inference. But I think that even if you were to look beyond the RSS, let me tell you, even if you were to look beyond the RSS, the very fact that you don't want more than 10 people to assemble.
Now let me complete.
Yes.
So a laughter club or a badminton club or a yoga club, should everybody take permission of more? Means the order was so ridiculous that any gathering more than 10 will be declared unlawful if permission is not taken. Every morning people come in hordes.
So if you're saying that 11 people want to go for a walk together in a park, which is what exactly, this is exactly what the court says. Even if a party is held in a park, it's an illegal gathering as per the government order, viewers.
How is it possible when existing laws are already there, as our political analyst, our learned professor said, that laws are already in place. If government wants to restrict any activity, it can use the Karnataka Police Act, which we have been using, which I have also used as a commissioner, and others have also used, magistrates have always been using. But this was a very diabolical attempt. And whenever you pass any law, it must pass 3 tests. I'm sure legal luminaries. First, the law of natural justice, has it passed? Second, has the proper procedure been applied over there? And the third aspect is that is the law which is being applied, is it being done as per procedure? This doesn't obey any of these things.
Okay, that's
only
because
on a piece of paper has been done. So
that's because it violates, viewers, the fundamental rights provided for in the Constitution. Okay, so this is what the BJP is saying, that yes, it exists on the books.
Last point. Last point. A fundamental right can be removed only by a law, not by government order. So
That's
government order becomes controversial of the Constitution.
That is true. And that's exactly what has happened, which therefore prompts me to ask the more fundamental question, which I will again try with Mr. Abbas in the interests of free speech and decency. And I hope that he will respond to my question without suggesting other stuff. So I will ask him one more time. In case you want to, sir, please answer. If you don't, you can choose, feel free to leave the show. I don't care. But let me ask you this question once again. And I want this to be a serious debate, and I want you to respond seriously. Does the fact that an order like this was contemplated, sir, suggest that the government here, the Congress government, is displaying a penchant for paying lip service to constitutionalism? It's a simple question.
Absolutely not. Firstly, the Minister Priyank Kharge never asked for the ban of the RSS. He merely stated that the same rule which was under Jagdish Shettar, which was any private or cultural organization cannot take place of any of their activities in the government premises. Second one, the Karnataka Police Act. This act also speaks that any organization wishes to take a march or a procession must and should obtain the police permission. Bhaskar Raoji is there. He's been a former police commissioner here of Bengaluru, and he will agree with me. And secondly, let us understand that the RSS here, as much as they want to exist, they need to also remember that there was a ban, and today there is not a stay, but an interim stay, which can be
interim
revoked.
stay. Okay. So viewers, we can get away. We can get away because there's just an interim stay. But let me just say one fact: Mr. Abbas is wrong. Mr. Kharge demanded a ban on the RSS. These are his own words, and I just want to quote them before I move on, viewers. These are the words. Mr. Kharge, and I'm quoting straight out, he says that he has been threatened and intimidated, and the filthiest abuse has been directed at him and his family simply because, and I quote, I dared to question and restrain RSS activities in government schools, colleges, and public institutions. But I am neither shaken nor surprised when the RSS didn't spare Mahatma Gandhi or Bala Saheb Ambedkar. Why would they spare me? So viewers, he demanded a ban in certain places, especially on government land, for the RSS, upon the RSS. Then he claimed that his phone... One second, Mr. Bas. Ho gaya. I'm just doing a fact check and I'm moving on. I'm just trying to tell this to the viewers that we've heard two bits of misinformation today, viewers. Number one, that this is some interim order, that the matter is going to be heard in perpetuity. When the Chief Minister has already come out and he said he's going up in appeal to a higher bench. Number one. Number two, that this was nothing to do with the RSS. Viewers, Priyank Kharge, who's a minister, wrote to his own chief minister and said, please bring about a ban in public places of the RSS, along which, viewers, afterwards, and I've shown you the timeline, they designed a government order to do so, which today the High Court has struck down, which only points us in one direction, that the Congress has a problem with the free assemblage of people and free speech, and that Rahul Gandhi is a hypocrite.